Yes, YouTube. I just want to go through today's trades. I'm still in a trade which is doing really well. Just closed one, just here. But I want to leave a big runner because I think it's got potential to push quite a lot more. So I just wanted to talk about it and talk about the confidence level. Why this was 10 times more confident than anything else I've taken this week. And yeah, so I did also take a USD JPY trade. Now I'm gonna break this one down first because this was an interesting one. So super highest time frame. I'm gonna just minimize this because it's gonna distract me if I keep watching it. So I'm just gonna minimize that for now. So super high time frame one. I noticed we've accumulated quite a lot here. So I'm almost looking at like a swing position here because we've got so many equal lows here. Um, and then we've just come up, took this high, and I'm basically waiting for this to get inverted. So that's kind of the direction. And then I noticed we came lower, still, like I said, with the idea that the bias is lower. And I basically saw that we'd accumulated down here, and we've come all the way up to like basically the highest point that you could still call this bullish to bearish, sorry, without being like, okay, this is flipping. So I saw that, and then I also saw this smaller accumulation here coming back down. So basically, an earlier indication that this is going to invert. Because basically, if he's going to try and take that trade, you'd probably want to wait for this 30-minute candle to invert, which is probably going to happen anyway. So you could get back in on that. But yeah. So I had this 15-minute inversion idea, and then so this was the accumulation low of the 15-minute. And then as price pulled up, I saw we tapped into this 5-minute gap, this 3-minute gap. We left the 3-minute gap and then inverted it. So I just got in there and targeted this low, and I got a decent little one-to-one trade. I think my entry was like around there. Oh yeah, my entry was a little bit higher, so it was like that. And I was gonna just hold a runner because, like I said, I've got the idea that this should come down to all this lows anyway. But I'm kind of glad that I closed because I would have went break even, and it would have just been a nothing trade. So that was that. It wasn't the most amazing trade, to be honest. I didn't love the level of accumulation, but I liked that we came into gaps and we left gaps, and I liked that we came just above this and all that kind of stuff. Like it looked decent to me. It wasn't like a super phenomenal trade, but it looked decent. But interestingly, I actually took a loss today. When I so okay, I'm gonna actually just change this to a different thingy just so I can see what we're doing here without it being distracting. So, like I said, we're still looking short on this. I'm waiting for that final low to be taken, and it's been quite a frustrating week or whatever. And then so I've come on today, and I've seen that we've taken this low, and I'm looking bearish, to be honest, on a bias perspective. So like we've kind of come above this high and swept it, but I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the move that takes us all the way lower. I think that we've made such almost perfect equal highs that we are coming higher. So that was the idea, but at that point there was no real like confirmation of that. Like I saw that happen, and I saw we dipped below this and then we inverted that back up. I didn't take it, and I really wanted to take it, but I didn't because I'm trying to be a bit more just patient with having a draw on liquidity as well. So like even though this dipped below here, I wasn't you can't be 100% sure because you're trying to catch the bottom of a giant move. And this is what I want to say basically. It's like, I am so much better at trading when we're already in a bigger range. So so basically what happened was this got taken, and then this basically, the inversion of this gap, which was tiny, but like the inversion of that gap, was it a 3 minute one as well? Yeah, there's 3 minute gaps as well. So the inversion of that said to me that this is the next real liquidity if that works. So we push up, and then luckily we don't take the target yet, and then we come back down, accumulate a bit, come back down, swoop below, and then invert going back up. Now I got in on that trade, and when I was in it, I was in that and I was in this JPY one at the same time. And I can't lie, firstly it was a bit reckless on my behalf because I was basically risking almost all my capital into two trades, all the capital that I had left anyway. That was reason number one, that it was a bit reckless. Number two, I can't really put my finger on what it was, but this just did not fill me with confidence. And I think that it was because we didn't tap into a smaller time frame gap. So like we had this FVG left behind on the 3 and on the 5. It's a tiny accumulation as well, that doesn't really add much to it. But for us to come down here, there's no significant low that we've taken here that says to me, okay, that's not only took the accumulation low, but it's took an old low. And whereas the JPY one kind of did, like it took the accumulation, but it also went into a gap which said to me that it was a bit stronger. And I guess there was no other gaps for us to come back up to other than these higher time frame ones. I probably did get lucky on this JPY one, to be honest. But basically, I got in on that trade. I was in here, and then noticed that we just started accumulating. I was like, oh, get me out of this. So I basically closed for a small loss. I didn't close at full on break even, but I didn't also take a big loss. I think I was risking about £100, and I probably lost about 30. And then, interestingly enough, so we came down a bit further then, and this was so irritating, and I had to be really patient because we came into this here and literally tickled into that gap like by 0.1 pips. Like another trading platform that wouldn't have even went in, and I had to just be patient basically and say to myself that don't get in that trade basically. And then one thing I noticed, and I kind of, half of me wishes I got in this, half of me wishes I didn't, but I started noticing that we started accumulating here, and then this move up here actually took this old high, took all the accumulation, this old high, and then continued to be protected, like it just didn't get broken, kept coming higher. We was respecting this, but at the same time we didn't disrespect this high. So I was thinking, okay, we are going to come back lower to this surely, and on the inversion of this I might take it short. Now honestly, if this would have inverted a bit more strong, I would have taken it. I honestly would have taken that, but because it didn't invert strongly, I just waited, and then I waited for the bigger move. So basically waited for that to be taken. Then once it had hit into that gap, I was so fucking confident in this trade. I was just like, okay, the reason I'm confident is because I've got a point where I know this is protected if my bias is right. This is the target if my bias is right. And this has took enough liquidity, also fake people out, the early jumpers, including me, and this. And then basically when you're already looking for a bias or a direction of a move, and it all lines up perfectly and it gives you the entry and everything, it's so powerful. It's just like you have to jump in on it. And I got in. I did consider getting on in this 1 minute candle inversion, but I just thought, let me just be patient and wait for the 3 minute as well, and I did. And then it was more just about finding the target. So the target for this internal accumulation was there, but I realised that also there was a target for this early entry, which remember I didn't jump in on, which was there, and then obviously there's also a target for this whole range to be coming back up, taking that high. So I just thought, you know what, let me just hold this. Like, this has legs. This has all that. Like, this genuinely has very good legs. And yeah, I went. Luckily, like, it just has been a very easy trade to ride as well. Like, it just hasn't been giving me problems. So we just kind of shut off straight away. I closed my first position here for 1.5R, and then I'm holding for this, to be honest. I'm holding for that to hit for 3.5, I think it is. Let's just go back to this now. So yeah, also the fact that this 15-minute is inverted gives me so much more confidence that this high is going to get hit. This 30 minutes inverted, so it's defo this is the next draw on liquidity, and the fact that I'm in on this trade, it's confirmed here, but I'm in here. Like, it's just it's so good. So to me it's worth risking the rest of that climb. We're like 2.5R right now. And honestly as well, also the fact that I closed the other entry for 1.5R instead of just 1R makes me feel even more confident that we could just ride this, and it could come back to break even. I don't think it will, to be honest. It could, but it's a risk that I think I'm willing to take on this, because it's not going to be a loss anyway. It's just going to be not making money. It is tough because I usually go for 1Rs, and to see this climbing past 2R and I still haven't closed it is quite a difficult one for me to sit through, but it's going to be well worth it if I can just hold it for the whole way. Yeah, this really does make me want to close it, I'm not going to lie, but I think I'm going to just step away from the screen for now. Do I want to close this? I'm literally 2R off. Like, this is going to help my account so much. No, I've got to be patient. This, like I said, this has legs to go, and I might just sit checking on it every now and again and see if I can get another internal move, because, like I just said, now again, just like this trade here, now I've actually got a confirmed draw on liquidity. So as long as this comes down and takes enough liquidity on the downside, then this should go. And this is partly something that I need to get back into the practice of. Like, this is the only reason I've been taking losses, is because I'm not patient enough sometimes to wait for all these time frames to line up. It's just alignment. It's just instead of trying to catch the bottom of something that you think is gonna go, it's just waiting patiently and being like, okay, if that goes, then I'll look for something inside of that, because it is fractal. It's all fractal, and if you've got a confirmed direction, that is just going to be 10 times more helpful in the trade, because stuff with no draw on liquidity or bias is not going to be as strong. So yeah, it's been a transformative day, I think I'd describe it as, because even today I kind of started feeling a bit lost and a bit frustrated, but I need to drill this home that, like, it's just being patient. I need to back test these things of just being patient, finding, and also knowing the knowing the conditions that are the best for me to trade in. I can trade, like I was saying this to myself when I was trading this, I can trade in this shit all day long. I love trading in this chop. I don't know why I do, but I just love trading in chop. it's the thing that I can't trade is fucking when the price is just shot off, and this is the reason I took this loss yesterday. What was it? Tuesday. I think it was. I don't even know where I took this loss, but like this had just been dumping or whatever, and it was just a terrible loss. I just got in trying to fight against. Oh yeah, what is this? I got in like around here or somewhere, or around here. I think I got in around here, thinking that we were gonna go all the way to that bottom. Like what was I thinking? And I think we did actually come to 50%. Was it here? Tuesday? Oh no, I'm tripping. Oh damn, I'm really tripping. No, okay, it was here. Alright, so yeah, I'm in here thinking I took this trade here, thinking he was gonna go short. But what kind of stupidity is that? I'm literally trying to catch something against a massive gap, and I'm trying to catch the very tip. Like if this was confirmed by us, this was confirmed short, then wait for this inversion. Why am I getting in there trying to think that I know where the market's going? Because I don't. And I paid the price yesterday. So it's just being patient and knowing the direction, like knowing it, not considering. I think this is it. It's like having an actual direction is gonna be the strength that I need. So yeah, let's hope we can get a 3 point whatever it is on this trade. I think it will actually go. I'm pretty confident in this. Like we're shooting up very strongly. We've come down, took enough liquidity. Yeah. I might even just. What's the TP? 54. Yeah, cool.